It is true what they say. We don't search for old songs, we search for memories, or something like that. 2016 through 2018 were my best years in recent memory, and Dua Lipa had a little something to do with that. I know, that sounds dramatic, but I cannot start discussing her newest album, Radical Optimism, without talking about the impact her first two albums had on me. Dua Lipa's music first entered my purview, my zeitgeist, if you will, through a makeup commercial. Revlon. This one. I thought the song fit perfectly for the commercial, and then of course I had to search for the full song. And you know how YouTube is. You search for one thing and it recommends you more similar things. New rules completely turned my world upside down. I have previously mentioned in my Taylor Swift video that in 2016 into 2017, I was having my own man crisis. And this song couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, it was everywhere, almost like the universe was telling me, forget this guy. Anyway, 2016 really was the catalyst for this very YouTube channel. 2016 was when I decided I wanted to be a YouTuber, but I didn't start posting until 2018 after I got a new laptop and my current iPhone, which is what I use for vlogging and writing scripts for my videos, including this one. Anyway, so I can say that I listened to that first album purely for enjoyment purposes because this was before I had my channel. And let me tell you, that album slaps. Zero skips on that album. So by the time the second album came out in 2020, yeah, I had a channel but wasn't doing music reviews. Did not even know how to critique music at the time, but I wanted to make an in-depth video about her and how she became the queen of modern disco. By the way, Don't Start Now, Levitating were the songs of 2020. Aside from Rain on Me by Gaga and Ariana Grande, Say So by Doja Cat, and Roses by, I think, Iman Beck. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But back to Dua Lipa. These are the thumbnails I came up with back in 2022 for the sad video that I was trying to make about her. But it didn't feel right then. But now, with the third album, it couldn't have been more right. So let's get into it. I've seen in passing on the internet some titles of music reaction/review videos that suggest that Radical Optimism wasn't as good an album as her previous two. I never clicked on the videos because I wanted to listen to the album myself, decide how I feel about it, put my video out before watching any discussions about the album. Now, unlike my other recent music reviews, so Cowboy Carter, Eternal Sunshine, Guts, and the Tortured Poets Department, I won't be going track by track in this one. I'm switching it up this time. So, let's begin with the title and artwork for the album, shall we? For me, the title suggests that she'll be optimistic no matter what, which is a great mindset, I guess, but I don't necessarily agree. When I'm upset, I don't like for people to try to cheer me up immediately. It's almost as though being upset is a bad emotion and they are uncomfortable with it and want to be rid of it quickly. And it's hell of annoying. Now, in the past, I wasn't sure how to articulate that, but that's exactly what it is. It's like, let me feel that emotion until I see the end of it. Obviously, I don't mean mope around forever, but I mean honoring that emotion is healthy, and trying to sweep it under the rug is low-key leaning towards toxic positivity, and it's evident in the artwork. Now, she's chilling in a body of water, maybe a pool, and there's a shark nearby. It could be interpreted as her perhaps just assuming it's a dolphin because they have those fins as well. Or perhaps she's painfully aware that there is a shark like a foot away from her and she's trying to keep calm. Those are my initial thoughts about the artwork. Now here's what she had to say about it though.
The image on the cover just like pulls you in. I feel like it's so open to interpret in different ways. Did you mean to do that?
Yeah, I mean, for me, we shot all the images for the album on film, and so I was waiting a little while for them all to get developed and to kind of see what was going to come out. And I remember when I saw this picture, it immediately said radical optimism to me, because in my head it's so much about moving gracefully through the chaos, you know, having that kind of flair of optimism when things aren't going right. And so the idea that I'm remaining really calm and graceful while there's a shark nearby.
Right.
And like that, nothing screams radical optimism to me more than that.
Yeah.
And so that just felt very fitting for the album cover to also encapsulate the meaning of the songs.
I will say, upon first listen, which was on my drive to work, I was underwhelmed, as I had just finished listening to her first two albums again. And yes, when compared to her past two albums, this third album may seem to be the weakest of the bunch. But upon listening to it a second time and watching a couple of interviews about how the album came to be, I started to appreciate the body of work as a whole more, although I would say my standout tracks are Illusions, French Exit, Houdini, Happy For You, and Falling Forever, in that order. A lot of themes are very similar to her other albums. Some disco-leaning tracks, such as the album opener, The End of an Era, and Training Season, and some EDM numbers such as Illusions and Houdini, and she's serving classic Dua Lipa, which to me is I'll drop you like a hot potato if you're not serious about me in this relationship, because I didn't come here to play. And I love that about her music. But in this album, it's still that, bold and direct, but less abrasive. By the way, something about Houdini reminds me of Thriller. Not the choreography, obviously, the beat. Overall, I'll give the album a solid 7 out of 10. Is it the strongest comeback after 4 years? Probably not. Or perhaps it's just the Barbie movie that took up a lot of her time. Or it's just an illusion. Alright guys, that's all I got. Hope you enjoyed this very short video. And I'll see you sometime next week for Billie Eilish's album review. And then Normani. And then Camila Cabello. And I think I have another video coming up about my reaction to Ariana Grande's new music video, The Boy Is Mine, Sabrina Carpenter's new music video, Please Please Please, and Ray's new music video called Genesis, I believe. And yeah, that's all I got. Bye!